Hi, welcome. My name is Shirley Luu, Focus on Finance. You know what? I'm so excited today because what I'm about to share with you today is really an intimate talking between you and I, right? So when I'm running across, people trying to educate the importance of saving and finance and everything else, here's most of the time, these are the situation, okay? I would meet a young person and they would tell me, I'm so young, I'm just trying to go to college and I really don't have any money to save, particularly say. So I really can't save until I make some money. And then eventually, that graduates, they graduate 24 years old and then they start going to work and all that. And then here's typically a tell for them to save. And this is what they'll say, well, I just started a new job. I got all those bills and debts, maybe from my school that I'm still trying to pay off. And, I'll wait till I make a little bit of money before I start saving. And then they eventually grow to be like 30, 35 years old. And they say, oh my gosh, you know what? I'm dating this guy or this girl, and we're thinking about getting married. And oh my goodness, it is so expensive when it comes to a wedding. And planning for that. My parents are not helping with the wedding. We got to come up with the money. So therefore, right now, my money's kind of tight because I'm saving for the wedding. Then I meet a, 40, 45. Oh my goodness, remember daycare, we got married, now we have a little toddler running around and I have to pay for daycare between the house and all these other things, mortgages and everything else. It's just so tough if you're asking me to save. And then you know what happened? And I meet a 45-year-old and they goes, oh, remember those little toddler where they happen to grow up, and now they are coming to me for money. As a mom and dad, you know how it is, right? 45, 50 years old, you got to help the kids, you got to help them pay for the college tuition, all these things that they need. And so now, all right, then I meet a 50, 55 years old. To be honest with you, I should have saved, but all these years, but I felt like I'm at an age where I really, all the money's going elsewhere between this and that, and I'm getting ready to head towards retirement, and I didn't save a whole lot because I didn't think about it a long time ago. And then, you meet a 60, 65-year-old and said, Shirley, is it too late for me to save? Because I've been taking care of everybody else all these lives, and I'm at a point where I'm going to be retiring soon. I may have a little bit of money saved, but I should have saved a lot more. Now, does that sound like you sometime, or does it sound like some of your friends and family and the kind of people you deal with? To be honest with you, I face this all day long. And when you think about saving and investment, retirement, people a lot of time think that they have to put a lot of money out. The answer, absolutely not. Now, granted, if you're a little older, you do need to save a little bit more than the younger folks. But at any time in your life, okay, so let's talk a little bit about saving and all that. Who is the right person to start thinking about saving or retirement or the future? So I make it very simple. You have this option. If you today, for example, if you think one day you will need money for retirement, then you should start saving now. If you one day think that you are going to get sick for some reason, anything could happen to you and I down the road, right? I think the chances of you and I getting sick are very real way before we die. Then I think you better start thinking about that saving, because who's going to take care of you? Where's that money coming from? Can you count on Social Security, any of that stuff? If you think that your family needs you, whether your loved one, whether your little one or your older one, your grandparents, it doesn't matter who it is. If you think they're going to depend on you, then I suggest you better start thinking about savings. If you think one day that you are the sole income provider and that you like to leave wealth planning strategies and retirement, all those kind of things, then I better suggest you better start saving. If you think one day that you and I are not invincible, that the good Lord is going to cause and take us away, then I suggest you better save, because after all, It is about leaving a legacy of wealth for our families to have. Now, so let's talk about different ages, right? Okay, Shirley, I'm young, I'm starting out, I don't have a lot of money, any of that, okay? Look, you can have bills regardless where you are. You're always gonna have bills. And that is very normal in life, okay? You should have the number one bill right now. And you know what that number one bill is? Pay yourself first. I find that in life, you're worrying about taking everybody else. You're taking care of this person, that person. You know, people even insuring the daggone cell phone. You know, okay, so you buy a car. Oh, do you want to have maintenance? Do you want to have warranty coverage on this car that's going to last? You insure that, no problem. You buy a cell phone. Remember that when you're insuring your cell phone? Because they say, oh, if it gets damaged, you know, you're going to make sure you can have a brand new one replaced. You insure your car. Why are you insuring your car? Think about it, guys. Do you know how many people I go out there and they have, do you have a car insurance? Well, yeah, because it's the law. If you get on the road, they make you insure your car. Why? And a lot of you guys are buying car insurance to have one-way coverage. You know what? You have that one-way coverage just because you're insuring somebody else. If you hit somebody, you're insuring them that you're going to have enough money to pay for their car damages and to pay for their health and to pay for everything else. And those have one-way coverages that I'm not insuring two-way because you know what? I don't need it. Really? When you think about this, guys, you are paying to insure someone else's life or the money or the expense, the medical, and yet you're not worth it because you don't have to pay that extra money. Now, back to insurance again. You insure your home. Why? Because you have a home that's worth $100,000, $500,000, or $1 million. Do you know who you're really insuring when you're insuring your home? Yeah, part of it's your home, but really, truly, that mortgage is, right now, is not paid off. So technically, you're insuring the bank because the bank owns that house. So again, part of it, yeah, maybe yourself or eventually one day you hope that house belongs to you, right? And yet you insure everything underneath the daggone sun out there except yourself. Where you're the number one income producer, you're the number one person who has to have money in the future, and yet you don't think anything about saving retirement for yourself. Why? Why is that? Why is that we're in the mentality of let's take care of everybody else and not ourselves? What I'm sharing with you is that it is, to me, it's the hardest thing is trying to get at people to understand you need to think about yourself. You're the number one uno person, number one uno bills that pay yourself first. You know, a lot of time when you start investing and saving, the very first month when you start, it's kind of like, wow, it hits you like, oh my God, I've just lost that $200-300 a month extra that I could have spent money on going shopping and doing other stuff. But let me tell you, once you get yourself into a disciplined mode of saving, of all these kind of things, you don't miss it at all. It becomes a daily routine, like as though it's an electric bill you got to live with. It's a phone bill you got to live with. You know, it's a necessity of whether it's health insurance, whatever it may be. Make that as part of your bill, but make that as a number one uno bill that you pay for yourself. You know, I've seen so many young men and young ladies that I've, years ago, it's so cool for a fact that this young man is 32 years old. So he comes and meet me with me and I tell him, hey, save $5 a day. Guys, did you hear what I just said? $5 a day. So he goes, okay, if I save $5 a day, what does that look like? I said, well, it'll cost you $150 a month. Is that going to kill you? Were you bringing in a couple thousand a month? No, I'm okay. And he said, but what does that look like, Shirley, in the future? I said, okay, if we make averages 6%, between 6 and 7% return on your money, at 65, you, young man, could have a check come into your mailbox, tax-free, $45,000 a year for the rest of your life. Do you know if I was 18 years old, 19, 20 years old, and you told me to save $5 a day, at that time that I could have a tax-free check come in $45,000 a year. That's like getting a $60,000 from a pension plan that you created. I love for a fact that I was able in a position to teach these young people to able to save for something in the future that they could have. Now, let's talk a little older person. Then I get this other person comes in 55, 56 years old. Oh my gosh, I'm in trouble. I haven't saved. Shirley, how the heck am I going to do this? Remember I said time and money is really, really important. Well, if you're younger, you got time horizon. But when you're a little older, it's a different game. If you want to do a different game, there's a opportunity where I can share with you and my team, show you, okay, let's talk about if you had a business, how much you can save. There's neat things called the 5-year retirement plan. It's so neat, guys, that I teach these older folks and younger folks how to put money in for 5 years, and you never have to do it again. That's going to be another episode that I'm going to probably talk after this. How does that 5-year plan retirement works? It is so beautiful. It is so beautiful. I cannot wait and excited to tell you on the next episode about the 5-year retirement plan for folks who said, you know what, I don't want to save monthly. I just want to get it over with in 5 years. And a lot of times I show them how to do it in 1 year and they're done. So older folks, I would say that it would take a little bit more money, but you need something to really jumpstart in. But at the same time, I think it's still important for someone to be saving for the future, because these things can happen to you, you know, dying too soon, living too long, become ill. My mother is 91 years old, and I'm proud to tell you that she even have these accounts that I'm talking about. Because why? It doesn't matter what age you are. If you think you're going to kick the bucket one day, you need to have it. So I'm passionate, as you can see, of me talking about sharing with folks. I love to connect with you and viewer out there, and I have connected, by the way, to many of you. You can reach me at 703-608-1203. My team and I share this information at no cost, no obligation, and being able to share this information, knowledge to the world out there. And I am so excited. I am so glad that you tune in, because until next time, I love to see you. My name is Shirley Luu, L-U-U. You can Google my name all day long. So until next time, I wish you the best of health,